All right. It is 9:03 a.m. We got a game at 10 o'clock. Curse of Strahd. We're going to prep some Dungeons and Dragons this morning. All right. So I had my Curse of Strahd classic game last night, and it is going very different for my classic group compared to my other group. We're playing with easier rules, and we're playing with less punishing mechanics, and they're making a lot more progress. There are still tense moments, there are still spooky moments, but it is my casual friends and family group. I got my kid in the group. I'm not paying for therapy, you know what I'm saying? At least not, for traumatizing them during Curse of Strahd. So we're kind of playing a more traditional classic game, and it's been pretty fun so far. So, what we're looking at now is we got Daybreak this morning. And Daybreak is invested in the Walking Dead subplot, it seems, whereas the Nightfall group pursued the Scavengers mission that the local corrupt merchant had going on, Bildrath. And then my other group, they're a special case because one of the players is playing as Eastmark, and Eastmark has contacted the castle directly, like sent a messenger to the castle, demanding some assistance with the village in the wake of his father's death. And then in response, they were issued an invitation to the castle, which I found a really nice template, well, like stationery essentially for Strahd to use, and a really nice font. So it ended up making a very nice letter. Let's see if I could find the letter that I made. Handout. Here we go. Uh, I want to see it nice and big. How does one see big stuff? All right, there we go. Yeah, so I had to actually write this on the fly because everything's different. So I have now this blank Strahd stationery that I can use for whatever I need. The reason that this one is kind of dirty is that it was delivered via, the mail, like human being carrying it, and they let the letter get wet. So I could have gone in and made the ink a little bit more smeared and stuff, but I just kind of stained the paper a bit, like water stained the paper. It says, "My condolences regarding the death of your father. It sounds like the village languishes. We should meet and discuss such things and find a way forward that will preserve the town and restore some vitality to the community. I will send a carriage to bring you to my castle. Come dine with me as my honored guest, and together we can work towards a better future for our people." Signed, Strahd von Zarevich. So I thought that was pretty cool. The whole Eastmark is a player character. Actually, the guy that plays Eastmark is kind of silly. He's like me. Like he's like a silly DM that likes cool stuff but still throws a lot of silly stuff in there. So his Eastmark is either cool as hell or just a goofball. And we don't want to have like too many goofballs in the Curse of Strahd campaign. So what's interesting is the Irenia in my classic game is much more like serious to like balance out the silly Eastmark. But if you guys are following the other games, Daybreak and Nightfall, Eastmark is very serious and Irenia is kind of the goofball. I think it's very important that they don't both be too serious and they don't both be goofballs. So I kind of like how different that is. Also in my classic game, we only meet every 2 weeks, so I'm cutting a lot of the sort of extraneous shit out. So I'll have half the amount of side quests for them to follow, but mostly I try to keep them focused on the main story because playing 3 hours every other week, we're going to be playing this for the rest of our lives kind of thing if we put too much extra content. So the Burgomaster was already dead when they arrived in town. They've already figured out the missing people are because of the church. They're not really going to deal with the zombie issue. They're just gonna move on. They've already gone and had their fortunes told at Serpool, and so on and so forth. So for them, it's very much like a normal Curse of Strahd game that moves at a much faster pace. For my other two groups, they are definitely having the opportunity to explore all of the Dragna Carta. Well, not all of the Dragna Carta, but a lot of the Dragna Carta add-ons, the Lunch Break Heroes add-ons, and the Mandy Mods add-ons, if they are so inclined. So you add that in with the fact that there's injuries and it really starts to slow the game down, but not in like a bad way, just in a different way. Anyways, they did a lot of traveling yesterday, and as such, their encounters got burned through quite a bit. Here's the problem that I am encountering. Because Google, to the best of my knowledge, does not allow me to have tabs like OneNote does, but I insist on using Google instead of OneNotes, I have this encounters master document, and it is a fucking mess. I went down here to take Daybreak stuff, and I did it right, but I panicked and thought that I did it wrong because I never changed this to say classic. So there is some temptation here to make 3 different encounter documents that I could track everything differently. And I think I'm going to do that real quick before I jump into any other prep this morning. So what I'm going to do is just make a copy of this, and instead of Masters Doc, I'm going to call it Classic. I probably should have removed the copy part there. And then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to change this to Curse of Strahd Encounters Daybreak. And then I'm going to change the OG to Curse of Strahd Nightfall. Alright, now I can clean each one up so that it's sort of segregated to just that content, make it a little bit easier for us to get around the document. So let's see, let's insert a horizontal line here. There we go. And we don't need to say Nightfall anymore. We could just move Nightfall up here. There we go. If we wanted to, I guess we could put like a Nightfall symbol or something like that up here at the top to let us know. So let's see. In case we are tired, sometimes happens, I've heard. Sometimes. Alright, here we go. We will grab the Pokemon Sun and Moon symbols. There we go. Alright, so we'll grab this, toss it in, crop it. Nope, crop it. Crop it? There you go. I feel like I'm telling a dog to drop it, but there we go. And alright, and then we'll do, I don't know, one of these boys, and we'll move it just up to the corner. Alright. So this is Nightfall, so we've got these encounters. Now we could archive older encounters too in this format, which might be good. If we scroll down, we got woods and we got rivers and lakes. We haven't done mountains, wetlands yet. We can take all of Daybreak and we can just get rid of it. Down here we're going to put archived encounters. And we're going to change that to, nope, we're going to change it to a title. Let's make it really big. And we'll insert horizontal line. Alright, cool. So over here on Daybreak, we'll post this in. Crop that down as well. And move this off to the side. Lovely. Put Daybreak here. Excellent. Wah. Alright, cool. And then we will insert a horizontal line here. And scroll all the way to the bottom where we will add the, we're going to add the archive thing real quick to the very bottom of the doc. And we'll do the same thing for classic, all the way to the bottom. add the archive. All right, so let's continue cleaning it up. This one, we have already had road encounters, so we will just get rid of these. I'll go ahead and grab road. There we go. Paste this in. And then let's see. Good. Oh, I lost the word road. That's not good. All right, hold on. Alrighty. And down here we got woods. And let's see. I'll write woods twice. We'll take these encounters, get them off of here. Archive section. Cool. We'll head on up here to rivers and lakes. And they haven't encountered any rivers or lakes here, so there's nothing to archive yet. And we haven't done any mountains, we haven't done any wetlands, so we are good to go. So now we have essentially a way to track encounters that they may have had, and then we have a way to just only focus on one campaign at a time for encounters, so we don't get any mix-ups. Because last night, I did it right, but I thought I did it wrong, and I was kind of bothered that that happened. So this is much better for getting all that sorted out. Also worth mentioning, last night the classic group did run into a vampiric mist, and they kind of kicked its ass. So a party of well, here's the thing. Also, to make it easier, they're not using a B team system. Any NPCs that are with them are fully functional NPCs. And because they were a group of 4, they had these 2 mercenaries working for them that are basically just underpowered scouts. And you add that plus a combat-capable Irenia, you basically now have 7 player characters. The action economy was too much for the Mist to kind of keep up with. I really think that the Vampiric Mist is a tough enemy, but without a legendary action economy, it's only a threat to low-level parties. Like a high-level party, a mid-level party, even a low-level party with magic or magical items is going to be able to defeat it. So that was cool to learn. Let's see. We'll do roads. And Daybreak. Have they had any encounters on the road? No encounters on the road? How is that possible? What? Okay. I guess Daybreak has had no road encounters. Well, they had the werewolf at first. I guess I forgot to archive that one. Oh well. Let's see. Then we got woods down here. They have not had any encounters in the woods yet because they haven't gone in the woods because their survival instincts are much higher than my other group. Rivers, lakes, they haven't had any of those encounters. So they don't have anything to archive on Daybreak. There we go. And let's see. Beautiful. So for classic, we will use this image. So let's go over to classic. Up here at the top, we'll paste in this adorable like chibi Strahd right here. Good stuff. And I'll put it off to the side. Alright. And then we'll get rid of, let's see. Oh, we'll put in the horizontal line. And then we'll get rid of Nightfall and Daybreak and go down and just have Classic. Alright, excellent, excellent. Good stuff. Okay, now what's cool here is that they found this thing called the Sin Dolly, but I made it a teddy bear instead. And I actually made it able to like do more than just weakly point in a direction, but it is kind of bonded with one of the characters. And now they just have this animated teddy bear that just kind of hangs out with them. It only has like what, 1 hit point or something like that, but it is kind of cool. It'll be sad when it gets like destroyed, but it was a very spooky scene when it showed up. All right, so we're going to go with roads, and we're going to archive those roads. Oops. And I'm not going to update their encounters in this stream because it's going to be 2 more weeks before we have that, and there's other stuff I really want to work on. So we'll go down here to archived, and then let's see, they haven't gone in the woods yet, so they don't have any woods encounters, and they still got some road encounters. They got a couple of river encounters. So there we go. I think we're caught up on that. Today's daybreak, they have what looks like 4 woods encounters. No, they have. Why do they have 2 sections for woods? Oh, this is because I didn't fully delete everything I need to delete. There we go. So they have 5 river lake encounters, and they have, looks like, 4 woods encounters. So if they go in the woods, we may have to like build some encounters on the fly, depending on how they go. We might with Daybreak. I don't think they're going to go into the woods anytime soon, but on our test world, we will go ahead and we will lay out a few encounters real quick. So let's go over here. Random encounter, woods, and we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and we'll add 3 more forest encounters. So let's see. Their forest encounters are... oh, we didn't do 3 for some reason. Maybe. Alright, there we go. So, their results are Mist Tendrils, Witch Hunter, and Trinket. They've already gotten Witch Hunter, I think, on Daybreak. Oh, I guess not. Alright. So, let's see. That's down under the woods. Here we go. So then encounter 5 will be Witch Hunter. And then after that is Mist Tendrils, which seems to come up quite a bit. And then we've got a Trinket. Alright. Let's see. Mist Tendrils is different. Alright, Mist Tendrils equals a Vile Fog, which we already have prepped. So that's good. And Witch Hunter, I think, is covered in the Barovian Nights document. So let's check that out. Yeah. Alright. The Witch Hunter is apparently only in the woods. And this individual is... 2d4 archers are Witch Hunters from Vallaki. Bounty hunters who hope to claim a handsome prize from Baron Valakovich for bringing him the heads of those engaged in nefarious occult activities. Alright, that seems simple enough. So we will grab this Witch Hunter. It's actually Witch Hunters because there's at least 2d4 of them. Oh shit, 7 of them. Alright. So, let's see. Witch Hunters, 7... There we go. Do we have any archer actors yet? We have skeletal archer, but we don't have any archers. Alright, let's go to humanoids. Let's go grab archer from the compendium. It's being a real asshole. It's not giving me access to all my stuff. Makes me so mad when it happens. Alright. It is happening in this one, though, so I guess we'll just do it here. Alright, Monsters A to Z, Archer. Alright, drag that over. Okay. Oh my god! Archers are really strong! Are 7 of these guys? Wouldn't they just be rolling like the whole campaign setting? They have 75 health. And the only thing they have going for them is they have multi-attack. That seems really dumb. Oh, sorry. They also have this ability called Archer's Eye, which for some reason is not on this particular archer. Yikes. That's really bad. Alright. What a boring thing to have come up. Okay, so we're gonna modify this archer, I think. Okay. Let's grab this. We'll go here. Paste it in. They're also looking kind of like an elf, so we don't want that. Fantasy, human, archer. Images. I mean, I guess anyone could be an archer. You don't need special art for it when I think about it that way. So, yeah. All right. So we'll just apply like I guess normal Barovian like stuff and just say that they're archers. All right. That's so weird. All right. So we're gonna call these a Curse of Strahd archer. And a couple of things here. The 75 HP is pretty fucking impressive. The 18 dexterity is pretty impressive. I feel like they would need some kind of backstory for there being 7 fucking archers here. And they're witch hunters, so I'm assuming that unless the party is a bunch of witches, which they're not going to be, they're going to be allied with them. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I feel like they could use some skills besides perception, maybe survival for tracking, and maybe investigation for trying to like track things down. But overall, they get to make 2 attacks with their bow. And the bow is set up so that it doesn't need ammunition, so that's good. Yeah, just overall, these are just some beef-ass, strong-ass witch hunters. Shrug? I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and change up their miniatures. We'll go to actor assets. We'll go to humanoids. Let's see. We could just do a folder of scouts, or we could do villagers. Here we go. We'll just grab villagers. And that. We'll go over to appearance, make sure that they have blood turned on. And then we will punch in a shifting token for them. And we are dunzos. Oh, I guess we could make them neutral if they aren't already. There. Okay, well, that solves that problem. Now, with 20 minutes left, let's check out some Vallaki. Alright, so we're going to be doing Vallaki in the test world, because if we store Vallaki in our active worlds, it will take everyone 45 minutes to log into Foundry if we have all of our amazing Benios maps, already loaded. So let's see, we will go to our compendium, we will go to scenes, we will go to Crash Gem scenes, happen at some point. If I scroll all the way down, you can see that not everything is sorted. Christ, I got like 400 maps just for Odyssey of the Dragonlords. We go down to Curse of Strahd. And let's see. We are looking for the town of Vallaki. So I'm going to hit the little button next to the folder. And it's gonna say, are you sure you want to import the town of Vallaki into your world? And I'll say, absolutely, baby. And we hit the button, and it starts importing the entire town of Vallaki, which is huge. That's a huge set of maps. It's gonna really slow down the worlds once they have access to it, because it is kind of like the hub of the world. So we'll have to take the Barovia village stuff out and then put when we put the Vallaki stuff in, we'll have to take Barovia village out. My Daybreak group is actually going to be going to the castle. I'm not too worried about the castle because I have the entire castle prepped. We did that on stream together. So I'm not too worried about that one. And I don't anticipate any group getting to Vallaki within 1 or 2 sessions. So this is more, it's, when I was prepping the campaigns, I told myself that I would do it in alphabetical order, so that I would make sure to get it all done before the campaign started, which was a stupid way of thinking, because that's not what happened. So instead, I finished like the Amber Temple, which is like one of the last places you ever go. I finished that already. and the Abbey of St. Markovia. I finished that, which is one of the later pieces of content, and so on and so forth. So everything like that was at the beginning of the alphabet, I already finished prep for that off stream, and what the fuck am I supposed to do, right? And then the campaign, you know, there was extra life, and I had to finish Witchlight and everything. Then this campaign started up, and I hadn't finished everything. So we took the town of Vallaki, we threw it into the compendium, and it is left unfinished. So we need to go ahead and try to address that. All right. So in order to address that, I have the adventure. And we're going to go to the town of Vallaki. And I know a lot of people like to pronounce it Vallaki, and that's cool. And I know that that's how they officially want you to pronounce it, is Vallaki. But again, the person that read the book to me 4 times, he pronounces it Vallaki. And then that's how I learned it, and that's how I like to hear it. And I don't want to pronounce it Vallaki. I want to pronounce it Vallaki. So that's why we're doing it that way. I'm the boss. I'm the dungeon master. I make the rules. So there you go. All right. In my telling of this, the trade road between the village of Barovia and the village of Vallaki has been closed down. So Strahd no longer patrols the roads to stop banditry and things like that. No one is allowed to travel to the village of Barovia from Vallaki because the Baron, the mayor, I don't know who the fuck is in charge of this place. He doesn't want anybody. I guess he's a baron. He doesn't want anybody going that close to Castle Ravenloft. He considers the village of Barovia to be a lost cause, and so he doesn't want anybody going there. So they're basically dying. The village is dying because they have no trade. So right away, there's a human interest angle of going to Vallaki, not to escort Irenia to the fucking church. That's the dumbest premise in the whole world. Instead, it's just this town is dying. Why is it dying? It doesn't have any it doesn't have any trade. Why doesn't it have any trade? We don't know. We haven't heard from the people of Vallaki. So right away they have a reason to go to Vallaki and figure it out. Also, my one group in the reading, I think each of my groups actually has an item in Vallaki from the 3 items that they have to go to. All right. Vallaki was founded not long after Strahd's armies conquered the valley by an ancestor of the town's current burgomaster, Baron Vargas Vallakovich. The Vallakoviches have royal blood in their veins and have long believed themselves superior to the Tsarevich line. Baron Vallakovich has deluded himself into believing that hope and happiness are the keys to Vallaki's salvation. Honestly, not a bad theory, given how the multiverse works in Dungeons & Dragons. Belief is very powerful. I feel like this guy gets a bad rap because he really is trying here, but like everybody in a gothic horror setting, he has taken something good and he has screwed it up and corrupted it. So, yeah. Let's see. If he can make everybody happy, they will escape from Strahd's grasp and return to the forgotten world whence it came. I mean, honestly, this is strong multiversal theory, and again, this guy's pretty smart. So a lot of people play this Baron as just a fucking idiot, but these are legitimate Dungeons and Dragons cosmology ways of thinking. So back off, I guess, because the dude's really trying his best here. He stages one festival after another to bolster the spirits of the townsfolk, but most Vallakians, most Vallakians consider these festivals to be pointless, meaningless affairs, blah, blah, blah. In the last festival, Baron Vallakovich had townsfolk parade through the streets with severed heads of wolves on pike. His next event, which the burgomaster has dubbed the Festival of the Blazing Sun, is soon to get underway. So one of the things that I never have been able to find online, and maybe I'm just not Googling properly, is I thought it would be very useful if somebody told me future festivals to have, not that this campaign is going to support that because there's a calendar and shit goes south pretty fast, or previous celebrations that occurred in the town. I feel like that would be very useful to know. So let's see. I'm going to go up here and just make a huge mess of my notes. And I'm going to put Vallaki notes up here. And I'm going to say, what are previous festivals? Question mark. And I guess we'll Google it real quick. Previous Vallaki festivals. And this game is so supported. Ah, there we go. I'm just lazy. Alright. So on the Curse of Strahd subreddit, suggestions with positive feelings. The Dance of the Living, St. Andrew's Gala, Good Midday Smash, Unveiling of Light, Parade of Stars, Celebration of Titans, Lantern Fest, Autumn Solstice Festival, Candle Celebration, the Raven's Feast, the Day of Eternal Rest, and the Carnival of Stakes. Unless Vargas is secretly a genius, you take power away from fear by theming your parties as such. Graveyards are scary unless you have a monthly party where, from a young age, people hang out there at night to celebrate. But missing your opportunity, keeping with the graveyard party example, what better place to run a horror story campaign? Your players will be freaked out location and mismatch of the festival. I like it. So we will go ahead and just take those. Those all sound great. Thank you, Reddit user Mango Mooney. Thank you very much. All right. And I like the idea that he is kind of a genius because, again, multiversal theory would state that the power of belief is strong. If he could get an entire town to no longer be afraid, if he could get an entire town to believe that they could escape from the mist, then technically it could happen. So I don't think that this guy is out of hand. And I almost want to play it that part of why his son has magical powers and why he was able to find a magic book in the house is that his father has magical abilities, and the whole family line has kept those magical abilities a secret to this day because they know that Strahd does not like rival spellcasters, especially after his like very awkward breakup with Aslan. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make the Baron and his bloodline are wizards. Kept a secret. The talents are never pursued, comma, but the study and knowledge of the arcane is. Beautiful. I like that a lot. And that also explains his son, who in one of my games is the fated companion. So I want to make sure that that is kind of addressed and gets a little bit of love as well. All right. And then what do we got here? Back to our notes. Approaching the town, Old Salovich Road, blah, blah, blah. Do we have one that just shows the town of Vallaki from a distance? There we go. Ooh, look at how that matches up. Real sexy-like. That's good stuff. Now, they have taken the liberty of adding Mandy Mod's orphanage, and they have also added a town square, which is good because there is one in the adventure. But they have also added a blacksmith, a stockyard, and an apothecary. So all of that sounds pretty cool. And then they've got these shortcuts. I just right-click on them. I'm sorry, I just left-click on them. All right, I don't know why they're not working. But essentially, I'm supposed to be able to just like quickly go from one place to the other. I'm not sure why my teleporters are no longer giving me my right-click options. That one is. So maybe I just have to oh, there we go. So some of them are broken, and some of them are not. It might have to do with the path to the scene. So we'll see. All right. 15-foot high wall. Town guards. We already have stats for all of the NPCs. Everything that is listed here has already been done off stream. Random house occupants. They just have houses full of cultists. Checks out. Nothing weird about that. So that brings up a good point. What's going on with this cult? Why aren't constant celebrations of joy? Why isn't the dismissal of fear working? And that is because Lady Worcestershire sauce, Lady Washer, is working behind the scenes with her cult to undermine the efforts of the Baron. In this game, even though the Baron employs Irenia's brother, who's a real son of a bitch, Isaac, I think his name is, I feel that the Baron's intentions are good. I feel like the Baron is a good guy, and he is legitimately trying to save his people, and he has basically written off everyone else outside of Vallaki. And I think that that makes for a pretty strong narrative, and I'm excited to explore it. So you get there, and this is all the rumors that are happening. Good stuff. And then we start with St. Andrew's Church. No map is provided. Well, don't worry. Benios Maps is there for us. He provided something. So we're going to go view that scene. Ooh, it looks so cool. Oh, my God. Fuck yeah. Alright, so St. Andrew's Church. And let's go inside. Alright, so inside the church is Father Lucian Petrovich. And I swear to God, I have everybody already built. So let's see. Father Lucian Petrovich. Excellent. Hey, good morning, Sylvie. Yeah, most of them were working. There were a couple that were not. So yeah, like these are working fine, but there were a handful, like the blacksmith and stuff, that weren't working. And I think that's because I moved the blacksmith to a different folder. So the folder, like the path to the scene, is broken. I think that's why that's not working. All right, this church is dedicated Father Lucian Petrovich. At night, there are Vallakian adults and children. Father Lucian offers his nightly congregation his prayers and the promise of St. Andrew's protection. Among his nightly flock is an old woman named Wilhelmina Rikolova. Jesus Christ. Alright, so let's see. Do I have a Wilhelmina? You know what? I'm a liar. I don't think I have a Wilhelmina. Nope. Alright. Let's see if there's any suggested art for this lady. Oh, man. Look at that lady. Dang. Okay. You're hired. You're hired. Okay, let's go over to Photoshop. I am sad because I wanted to get more prep done this morning, but, well, you know what? I could probably do it. I'll just shut down Daybreak for now. There we go. And I'll turn off the server and let it rest for a second, and then when the timer goes off, I'll turn it on and see if people are able to log in. But generally with these Curse of Strahd games, I've been hanging out in chat for about 15 minutes before the game, and I want to make sure everybody's able to log in and stuff like that. Alright, so let's go over here to our... That's the stuffed animal from last night. And we got this lady. So beautiful. Alright, and this is Wilhelmina. So, Curse of Strahd, NPC, Wilhelmina. Answer. Alright, it says Wilhelmina is just a commoner or whatever, so that's fine. So we'll grab a Mad Mary the Villager, and we'll duplicate her. And instead, we'll have Wilhelmina Rikolova. There we go. Excellent. We'll go to Le Prototype, and we'll paste that shit in. Cool. We'll go to Appearance, and that's where we have to change it out for this lady. Alright. Save, update, go here, update, and then trying to build those good habits. Let's go here, and we'll go to our actor compendium, and we will drag Wilhelmina not only into the scene, but also into, yeah. Alright, good stuff. And NPCs folder, drag that bitch down. Excellent. No, not to the Barovian villagers section, you idiot. There we go. Okay. So, next up is, she prays for someone who set free. There's also a guy named Milovaj. Milovaj is rarely seen without his shovel, which he wields like a club. So let's see. Where are you, Milovage? Bloop. Excellent. The Bones of Saint Andrel. Until recently, blah blah blah. Hollow spell, blah blah blah, and scene. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Next up is a Blue Water Inn. Now, there's a lot of shit going on at the Blue Water Inn. Here's a lovely outside shot of the Blue Water Inn. Compared to the village of Vallaki, this place is like fucking normal. There's more Blue Water Inn. Here's the interior of the Blue Water Inn. It's very loud, so my apologies. We only have a minute and change, though. Ah, that sucks. So let me put a note that this is where we left off. Let's see. St. Andrew's Church finished. Left off with... There. Blue Water Inn. Alright. And let's see. I'm going to actually mute this tab because it's a bit too loud for me. It's a bit too rowdy. And then let's see. When you come in, there's the Blue Water Inn. Look at how Wizard of the Coast used to give a shit. Look at these great maps that they provided in the adventure. Amazing. Keepers of the Faith. There was Erwin Mardikoff. Alright, now this dude's super important, I think. Erwin Mardikoff. And I guess he's behind the bar. Where's that? There it is. Behind the bar. Alright. A high-ranking member of the Keepers of the Feather. A secret society of were-ravens that oppose Strahd. Erwin's wife and business partner, Danica, is also in attendance. Alexa, stop the timer. As are their two sons, Brom and Bray, which we have. Brom. And we have Bray. Lovely. Alright. At any other time, 1d4 were-ravens, members of the Keepers of the Feather, are present at the inn. Ooh, okay. So kind of like we're building out vampire spawn and werewolves, we should probably consider developing factions. So that would be spawn, wolves, and burbs. And we're going to develop those. And we may develop them in another stream. And what we'll do is if you've got some cool previous characters and you think that they would be a good fit for spawn, wolves, or burbs, you can link me like their D&D Beyond character sheet or whatever. Or just kind of pitch me what they are, and then we will add them to one of those three factions, so we could build out a bit of variety other than, yeah, there's three people that are definitely not were-ravens. You know, they could have names, they could have, like, personalities, they could have things, so that'd be kind of neat to do as well. Alright, well, I have to go get ready for my game. Thank you guys for hanging out this morning. We'll be doing more prep stream tonight around 6 p.m. We should be working on Mythic Odyssey. We are dangerously close to a TPK, I think. Turns out that anti-magic zones are really hard on parties that rely on magic. I'm still learning how to DM, what can I say? And then tomorrow, I got a day off from work, so there could be a lot of streams tomorrow, or there could be no streams tomorrow, depending on what I get up to. But there will be a prep stream in the evening for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords Prime. They're now level 18, and we got to get all that shit sorted out. I think tomorrow we should probably take some time to start building the maps and encounters that will lead them towards the end of the game. I have a feeling that we're going to end up doing some stuff tomorrow night that I wasn't planning on, so I will probably want to prepare a little bit of content to cover that. Tuesday, two different things happening on our server. Dom runs, I guess Tuesdays are no D&D nights on our server, because Dom is going to continue running his Cyberpunk game, and I am going to start playing and streaming a Pathfinder game, Abomination Vaults, I believe it's called. So if you want to see Pathfinder played by a complete novice from level 1 through level 10, this is not the starter box. This is just an actual campaign. Feel free to join me Tuesday night when we stream that. It's going to be 8 p.m. to 11. We still have room for 2 more people in that group. If you are interested in playing, please hit me up on Discord, and I will give you all the links you need to sign up for that game. Wednesday night, we have Monster Hunter, only 4 sessions left. Thursday night, we've got Curse of Strahd Nightfall. Friday night, Orpheus continues Rime of the Frostmaiden. Saturday morning, we're back with more Red Hand of Doom. Sunday morning, we'll be back here doing some Curse of Strahd Daybreak. I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you next time.